Hey all, 118 Seth Shadow here. This might look familiar compared to my last market watch. Well, that's because Bushiroad just dropped yet another bombshell when it comes to DivineZ 6 in the form of a reprint of Masque of Hydragrum as a double rare. Again. So, that means that if you're buying into DivineZ 6, you will be able to get yet another variant of Masque of Hydragrum as double rare, which should end the prices of the current double rares back all the way down to their old market prices and potentially even lower. While this news shouldn't have any effect on the frame rare and the promo that we have for Masanori, there is one other thing that crossed my mind, is that if we're getting the Masque of Hydragrum as a double R in DivineZ 6, there is a possibility we might even get it as a silver rare as well. If we do, that could have an effect on the current pricing in regards to the FR and the promo. So just keep that in mind if you are looking to sell the FRs or promos at this price, or if you're looking to pick them up. Because if we do get a silver rare, that could throw things for a loop in terms of pricing here. Another thing I want to talk about is a new mask support that was announced for DivineZ 6, which is very likely to be spread across all the different nations. We got the announcement of Solariron today, and I gotta say, its mask is actually pretty nice. So we could see that deck see some more playability, especially now that in front of me right now I have Dragon Tree Wretch Depths Iwai, where every single nation has a variant of this card where you counterblast one and you soul blast one, and then you put a Dragon Tree marker on one of your rear guards that doesn't have one, and you search for the Masque of Hydragrum. Well, in set 6, we are going to get another variant of this card, which is Energy Blast 3 to search for Hydragrum, and on top of that, it has a separate effect which allows you to directly search for a Mask unit or a Gryphogia straight from your deck, which is much better than having to use Masque of Hydragrum to randomly search for it in the top 5. So these units might end up getting replaced or at least paired with these upcoming new units that we're getting. The Cater one's been confirmed. It's a definite Dragon Empire will get it too. Whether or not the other nations are going to get it, I'm pretty sure they will in future sets, or they might even give it to us in set 6 directly. Who knows? But to be preemptive about it, I do want to review all the current masks that exist in the format right now, with the most expensive one being Orphis Mask, which is bounds above the others in terms of price, even though it's still a $5 to $6 card. And then Almagestor Beagle Mask is second up at around $1 to $2, but also I should note, it has the lowest amount of listings of any of the masks on this page right now, with only 9. So if you are looking to build Beagle Masks, that's the one you'll want to pick up pretty soon, because it looks like it's going to get bought out at this point. All the other masks right now have a significant amount of listings and have market prices at or below $1, between Leonorn, Zorga, Omnia Gruso, Magnolia, and even Nordlinger, which did top recently, but of course that one is still the cheapest in terms of its market price and base price. But ultimately, this is where the masks stand right now, and if we do get more support for them down the line with set 6 and onward, there could be another spike in value for a few of these. I also want to reference Bifrons again from Illusionless Stripes, which is DivineZ 6, seeing as how Beagle Masks is almost out of stock right now, and this is a triple rare from DivineZ 2. I covered how this would probably go up at some point if Almagestor solves some more play. Well, if you haven't picked these up yet, probably best to do so, as even if Beagle Mask does not end up becoming a meta contender, I'm sure there will be enough players out looking to try this deck out again. Also a call out on the Shadow Army SP token from Set 4, original Set 4. Currently, you can pick this up as low as $18, and the market price is currently holding around $28. There has been no real sales of this for the last few months, and we have a lot of copies hovering around the $20 mark, whether above or below it. Ultimately, you would need 5 copies of this. By some meta standards, from what I've been told, you might even need more of them. But I'm not going to get into those judge rulings I'm just not going to get into those judge rulings. Another thing I want to discuss are some of the SP full art triggers from Festival 2021. Arches, which is the heal trigger for Cater Sanctuary, has notoriously been the most expensive of the lot for quite a while, but it looks like we finally got some decreases in prices on listings, and we haven't seen this card sell for the last several months either. The current market price is around $51, and in terms of availability, they've dropped back down into the $40 range. We do still have $50 ones and higher, but there are a good number of $40 ones, and the lowest listing of $35 has a full playset available. But something that is selling out is Blaze Maiden's Zone, which is the SP for Dragon Empire on the crit. This is a crit trigger. There's only one listing left at $37 for its market price, and the actual listing is at $38 with 2 copies. We have seen a few sales of this one. 7 copies altogether have sold in the last 3 months, from 27 to 37. So, with Dragon Empire still holding a very strong grip on the meta today, it does make sense. Going into Destined Showdown, talking about the booster box for a bit, pricing of the booster box has dropped off quite a bit, and now you can pick up these boxes underneath $40, even with shipping considered. And that's not to say that much, they're mostly $39, but I mean, even just a little bit below $40 indicates a trend downward on sales. And ultimately, when it comes to Destined Showdown, the longevity of this set is probably going to see more of a decrease, given that compared to the first 3 Divine sets, this one doesn't really have that many staples in it, not staples, but generics. Fated Clash, Illusionless Strife, and Dimensional Transcendence all have generics that players want to pick up every so often and will work in future decks. But Destined Showdown is very name locked in a lot of the different cards that are in here, with the exception of a few. So unless those few see some more value, these boxes will probably stay on the lower end in comparison to a lot of the others. Destined 1 of Scales Alcubira is still going down in price right now. This is the Dragon Empire Destined 1 at just under $3, but a market price of closer to $4. And in terms of consolidation of where it is, it's actually consolidated around $4. And in terms of what we've seen since release, we've had 433 copies of this card sell, from $3 all the way to $10, but this is including the sneak preview. Full Knowledge Foxtail, which is one of Levidress's support cards, is currently at a base of $2.50 with 18 listings, and over almost 400 copies have sold. And in terms of consolidation of this one, it's consolidated more around $3, which I'd say is pretty typical considering Levidress is the most popular of the units to pick up in this set. The energy token that you can pick up from the sneak preview is currently around $7 and has consolidation around there as well. There are a lot of copies you can pick up just underneath $7 for this one if you want to pick up a full playset. Diablo's Girl's Natalia, which is the effect front trigger for Dark States. I caught eye of the triple rare SIR with only 2 listings left just above $60, so I wanted to see where the others are, because I figured that the new Leal also uses this, I believe. Right now, the SP from Set 2, the original Set 2, has 5 listings just above $26, and all the other listings right now, The original reprint from set 7 is currently out of stock, but all other listings are $4 plus right now, with a number of them going towards $8. Knight of Abruptness Undercover Diera, which is the Shadow Paladin support card from DivineZ Set 3, has been seeing a decrease in value and an increase in number of listings recently. 23 listings back on the market, and the market price is overall higher, still at around $13, but the number of listings underneath $10 has increased, and we're seeing a good amount of quantities on some of these listings. So it looks like the card is trending downward, given that even though it's generic, it's really only generic in the use of Shadow Paladin as opposed to Cater Sanctuary as a whole. So it does make sense that the pricing is going down on this one. While Vladimir did get new support with Vedorok, I believe his name was, the triple rare is managing to hold at its original value of around $12 to $13. And I would say that's mostly because the silver rare is also keeping it in check, and the silver rare's market price is still holding around $25, while the lowest listing is currently around $23. But there are still less than 10 listings apiece on each of them, and the FFR has only 5 listings, but its market price is also its base price is significantly lower than its market price right now. And then the secret rare can still be bought for around $300, which is still lower than its current market price of just over $400. Well, we have to come back to Avarice Wrestler because this card just got yet another boost in value. Just the buyout on this card is insane again. The double rare currently has a low listing of $20 with only 4 listings on the market. The silver rare now has no copies at all. And the FR is in funny buyout where we only have 1 listing at 101 Dalmatians. Oh, yeah. The market price on the FR is currently at $8, and yeah. Not much else I can say. I believe Liel is going to play this in a full playset, which definitely picks up on the value. But I mean, when Odium was first announced, this is why this card got bought out initially, and now it's just getting bought out again for the same reason. To that same point, we have a buyout on our original cycler from set 10 for Dark States, Black Sky Thunder Quaking Queen, Lemina. This card has a market price of $15, but now has a base listing of $30 on its triple rare. And the FFR was at $40 a few days ago, but now it's completely out of stock with a market price of about $44. And there's 1 listing available on the secret rare that you can pick up from set 13 at $225. Another card that I just got notice of that got bought out is Devouring Arm of the Crumbling Sea from set 13. This card is nothing more than a power pack where it has 3 different abilities that can give it 5k plus, so if you fulfill all 3 conditions, it's a 25k beat stick. For Stoichia. $12 is the current base price, and the market price is $331. And if you want the FR, it's currently at a base price of $12 at $260 market price. And to look at the history of the double rare right now, looks like a new listing came up at $950 with a number of copies. But we have been seeing a lot of them sell over the last few weeks, and well, they're starting to pick up in the sell price that we're starting to see. $6.59 is now the high sale price, but we've been seeing $3 copies sell as well. Now the lowest listing is $9.50 with 16 copies, but after that we're still looking at $12 overall for most of them. And then finally, Spiritual King of Ignition Volnot is our last card, which is the red overtrigger. Currently, this card has only 2 printings if you don't include the prize variant from Springfest. It's $8 to pick up for the double rare from Fated Clash, DivineZ Set 1, and $15 to pick up for the original that came out of Festival Booster 2023. I would pay attention to this one, as with all the Odium hype that we've been seeing on a few cards, this one does have some more potential to be seen in Odium as well. So just to call that out too. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.